So, just wanted to make a little intro. As you know, I've stopped gaming. So far, so good. I do miss, not miss, but, it's hard when you say to yourself, well, it's 8:30, so right now I would normally be doing one of my events. I forget what happens. Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Actually, 9 o'clock is Oracle Reefs. So it's hard, playing for so long, you definitely like, oh, I got to go. And then you realize you don't have to go. So what I've been doing is working around my house. Um, so when I'm doing an intro here, and I'm just showing you a nice sunset that I filmed one ferry ride last summer. This was last July. Just good imagery helps. Um, but anyway, I started working on my house. So the video I'm going to show you now is a video I took about 2 months ago about my house and the backyard. And, you know, my yard's a mess. I definitely should not have been playing video games, but it was winter time and, things happen. I was working on a house last year, so things outside got put off. So I'm going to take you on a look. This video is what my house looked like 2 months ago. Um, I've been doing some work now, so I'll start showing you that. I'll do another video later this week to show you current progress. Right now it's April. This video is from February. But it's a good starting point. I'm going to show you where my house was in February. It's not that much better now, but we're starting. Now that I have time, I'm making time to get my life in order. Um, so I'm trying to do it as a positive thing. So you're going to take a journey with me, and I don't know if you're interested in this, probably not. So just turn the channel off. This has nothing to do with the video games anymore. This is just my life post video games and me focusing on me and the stuff that I need to take care of. So I'm going to show you what my house was like in February, and I'm going to watch you help me transform this into something that I know is going to be freaking awesome. Doing it all myself, not paying any fancy companies, not doing any crazy stuff, just me doing some backbreaking work. I've made a little mistake already with some things, but nothing major. But it's coming along. And, if you want, you'll take a ride with me. Anyway, let me get on to the video. We're going to move into what my house looked like 2 months ago. And like I said, I'll get another video in a couple of days of what it looks like now and what I'm working on right this minute. Give you a hint, hot tub. This is my house. It's a nice house. Got a lot of work done. Got my cute little garden going here. But as you can see, I have some issues. I have a broken clock, thing of cement, Christmas lights still up. I don't know what's going on here. This should be relatively easy to clean up. My gas cans for when I make a mistake and run out of fuel oil. We start with our piles of messes. This being the first one. That was when I eliminated the third seat in my Honda. Ladder, I guess, fell over in the wind last week. My Pachysandra garden, that's looking good, but I may spread that out some. Pile of crap. One thing you'll see is there's piles of crap everywhere. Siding from when they did my siding last. A pool hose that's actually a good one. Where the gopher lives. Old license plate. An air hose. That's That used to carry my compressor in it. That needs to just go away. Now, backstory, I did a lot of work on my house last month. So here's my rock garden. All my hen and chicks. There's a hot tub I've had there for I can't tell you how long. This is a radically overgrown bush that needs to be trimmed and or moved. My back deck, which is a mess. My cooler. So this was the construction phase of my backyard. I had wood and I had a saw set up here, and I have a canopy that just blew away last week. So I just redid my house from April of last year to pretty much a couple months ago, maybe Christmas time. I've been working on my house. I'm still working on it. Maybe you'll see that. It was some of my old kitchen cabinets. This side of the house is pretty much my garbage dump. Big project, needs to be cleaned up. Siding here, as you can tell, needs to be redone. Don't watch your step. This used to be the back door to my house. Notice how it's not on the back door of my house. All dry vents got to go away. This siding wasn't redone because I was thinking about putting a window here. Never did that. That's under what was the old step. That is a hole going into my crawl space. Has to be patched properly. That's got to be patched properly because I don't know what the hell's going on, and the rest of this needs to go away. Garbage isn't as bad as I thought it was. This is siding. So siding will be a whole project in itself. Call them chapters. Cleaning up the side of the house will be a chapter. Siding it'll be another chapter. Molding obviously needs work. This area next to my deck, I want to do something with it. I may just extend steps down and square this deck off. My fire pit obviously needs some work. I got run over last year. Now I'd like to bring the deck all the way down where this old hot tub is. Maybe square it around the house, I don't know. Just thoughts. A good shed full of crap that needs to be cleaned out. That'll be a project in itself. My not so good shed that a friend of mine gave me back when I worked a couple of jobs ago. That's full of stuff, but not too bad. I made a little lean-to off of it. Last storm, this actually isn't secured anymore, so I got to do something with that. Junk in there, not too bad. That's my other shed. I have a lot of sheds. I need to get rid of the stuff in the sheds and then get rid of the sheds. This is an old pop-up camper. Has a lot of my stuff, antique and stuff like that. Oh, there's a moth in there. How interesting. Cool stuff. Needs to go at yard sales. Notice I keep a screwdriver here to open the door. That stuff needs to be dealt with. And then my yard. This part of the yard is really unstable. Highs and lows and valleys. May have gotten the grass killed by the fire pit. We won't talk about that. Here is my garden. Moderate success with the garden. Been dumping the ashes there for extra fill. That's got to be rototilled and cleaned up. I might just take that awning off. I don't know. That might be a good spot for the mowers. Right now my mowers, all electric. Love my 80-volt Cobalts. Oh, that was the old top to that shed? No, this shed. This is a trailer base. Used to have that as a roof. Harbor Freight canopy, which I never finished. Has the tarps to it. I'm pretty certain I'm just going to toss that. But here's my backyard. This is my peonies. They come up very nicely every year. Needs to be cleaned out soon. This is my snowball bush. Radically overgrown, and that needs to be moved away from my dogwood tree. Yeah, that's my dogwood. This is my 100-year-old peony. I think that's it, yeah. Story about that variety was found to be over 100 years old and propagated, and now I own a little piece of it. This is a radically unmanicured apple tree. Holds 4 varieties. I think one branch is dead, so it's 3 varieties of apples. Never produced productive fruits. I'll be out here soon trimming that. Needs a lot of work. That might be a hopeless tree because, as you can see, it's never buried in the ground right, so I might just kill it. I don't know what was there that I put a ring around it. Tomato maybe? My azalea bush, that had a big dieback last year, so it's looking pretty good now. Obviously there's a tree growing in back of it. I gotta trim that out. This is my better apple tree. I've actually gotten good apples. They're green apples. That needs some trimming too. But that actually produced 2 years ago. Didn't produce last year, so I'm hoping to do better. I need to get all the grass and weeds away from it. All along this fence is weeds, so I gotta do something about that. This is one of my Christmas trees. He's growing beautifully. He was a little stick in the ground, but he's doing good. I put 12 of them. Oh, I guess I have a dog coming through here. Yeah, that's got to be dealt with. Another Christmas tree. Got a little weeds growing through that one. He's doing pretty good. This was a corn plant that I just never took down. I had spare seeds, so I threw them back here. This thing is, I don't know what this is. I don't know. I think that's a weed. This is the remains of a Christmas tree I mowed over a couple of years ago. Last year, maybe. So he's actually still coming up. So there's hope for him. We'll give him a chance at life. This thing is a Scotch thistle. Appeared out of nowhere. You know, I don't have any neighbors with Scotch thistles. It was a cool looking plant, so I kind of think it'll spread this year. This is a arborvitae. That was a, I don't know, 2-gallon maybe. He's going pretty big. The neighbors had big trees, oak trees here. They all got cut down and they planted these things. So this guy's been really sprouting up. I like him there. Let's see. That's my other dogwood tree, Cornus florida. This is, I don't know, a type of crepe myrtle, I think. I forget what the name is. Got another Christmas tree. Yeah, I'm trying to have self-sustaining Christmas trees back here. Because I like Christmas trees. I like live trees. Another Christmas tree. Look, there's my shovel. Neighbor's dogs got through here last year. So we had some effort to bury them in, which seems to have done the trick. This was an old compost pile. I'll probably dig up pictures and show you how big this was. This was probably up to here at one point. Very good compost, and I take it out from my garden every now and then. I had a bunch of bad apples I buried here 2 years ago. There's a pile of dead apples under here. And then we got some just dead space. Oh, this is another crepe myrtle. This thing grows like crazy. I love this tree. Grows really tall. I got some good pictures of that. This is a dappled willow. Beautiful tree. Needs some pruning. It's growing out too far, and the middle is very bare. I'll probably have to get some help. That looks like those two branches probably need to come off. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what tree was that? I forget. This is another magnolia tree. This thing grew really tall, died way down, grew up again, died down, and now it seems to be pretty stable. Have another snowball bush. They're great. They need a lot of space, obviously. I may leave that one there if I take the shed down. I don't know. Needs to be trimmed for sure. This is a trailer I was going to make something out of. Used to be a mobile home. I stripped it down to the frame. Current thinking is, like with everything else that I have and don't need, I'm just going to get rid of it. And I think that's my whole backyard. There's my house, and there's certain things in the house that need a lot of work. I got stuff everywhere, a horse collar, a bunch of antique bottles that really should be upside down. Yeah, don't put your bottles right side up. Today's the first day where it wasn't freezing. I have all kinds of things. I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me because I intend to this summer fully transform this yard. Right here where this green stake is, that was a, I forget the name of the plant. Anyway, that vine grew in 1 year from nothing. So even though my brand new string trimmer kind of took it out last fall, I fully expect it to come back this year. The deck, you see the wood, all the wood needs treatment. The door doesn't seal anymore. Those back door lights are pretty ineffective. Those have to be changed. Like I said, the deck I want to expand. I want it really to go from that fence all the way around and at least to here. Oh, zoom out. That's the plan. This is my basement entrance. Again, victim of rotten wood. I don't know who decided to put a wooden door on the outside of my house, but I let them do it. And as you can see, it did not fare well. That too is leaky like crazy. So that door is going to have to be changed. These birds keep getting up in there. I don't know if you can see that. But that's got to be, that I got to deal with pretty quickly. I did do some drainage here last year because all the rain comes down. So I put some rocks in. I have to expand this area a little bit. I think next time it rains, I'll take a picture of it. But that's pretty much my house. So some of the windows, all the trim needs to be done. This one's okay. These two, I slapped some paint on it. But that wood needs to be replaced. Garbage cans, my old Tesla charger. Tesla's a whole story. But that's it. The house, all in all, looks pretty good. My front steps. I put these on for safety because those steps are actually slippery. Looks like it didn't fare too well with the weather. I'll need to restain that. This is another area. This here, I did drainage, but it fills up this area here. I got another Christmas tree over there too, and there's a Christmas tree in the corner there. But I need to do something with drainage here. Well, while I'm talking about that, I don't know if you can see this bottom step is actually a step and a half. So there's going to be a load of topsoil that gets dumped in here to raise that all up the extra 2-3 inches. Just so the walkway isn't, a step and a half, then a step and a step. Definite safety hazard. My holly trees. I got some ground cover in here that never makes it past the leaves. That window is broken out. That's why there's a piece of wood there. If you can see, that part of the foundation is new. And close my porch basically. Why do I have two dry vents? Well, that one didn't make it. I got to pull that off and redo the siding to patch that up. This is my real one. Anyway, say hi to my guys. Hi guys. Oh, where's my gnome? Garden tour wouldn't be right without seeing my gnome. He takes care of all my little guys. Here's my clock. That needs work. I got to get a proper mechanism in there that's waterproof. Some more trees. Those two, another high snowball bush on top of a tree that I like, so that's got to come out. Some nice trees in here. My little bench fell over with my squirrels. More squirrels. Oh, that tree died. What a shame. One down. Man down. I think the frogs weren't watching them. These are Montauk daisies. One third behind them. Here's my beast. I don't know if these plants are going to come back. The grasses I thought would be good in the baskets, but not. Anyway, that's my journey. Hope to take you on the journey with me. Oh, my cool door too. Ooh. Look, I can punch a code in to get in. You want to see the code?